I don't feel we've discussed high impact studios enough on this channel. Today we have Bad Apples. I love this logo. So back in the day, during like the early days of Photoshop, you would have plug-in packages, and every little studio, every at-home designer had them at the time. And the plugins would give you like you would have additional options and preset options, very similar to some of the things found today. They're less prevalent now, and I want to say there was like a plug-in package that hit the bevel here and dropped the shadow, because this is clearly like a handwritten, almost like a graffiti driven logo. This is, in my view, absolutely awesome. But we have issues with the cover, real quick, and let's talk about the cover, because that's what we do here, guys. On Fridays, we do black and white, and if you guys need to see, it's black and white, 90s independent comics. Sometimes they're from the 80s, sometimes they're even in color. And if you're not familiar with the publisher, Ricky, this book here, The Art of Ricky Cararello. So I'm covering up the girl's boobs. I can't show you any of the interior here because it's just all nudity. But Ricky, what he did was he almost like created a licensing business throughout his like comic book career. I think he's very business oriented. He's business driven. His airbrush work in here is some of the best of the era. People talk about him. They will make fun of like his comics. We're not making fun of any of his comics too, by the way. But he's of the mind of the time, and what he did with his artwork is he would bring it into like concerts and nightclubs and license it everywhere. And he's great with likenesses, technique. His airbrush work alone is jaw dropping. So this whole like strip club type, like atmosphere that he did in his artwork, where strip clubs too, also a customer of his, he poured that. He poured that into American comics. So through all of that, like we would get high impact studios. And I know there's people out there that don't like Ricky at all. They think, look, Ricky bad boy, like calls himself a bad boy in the credits page. There's people out there that just don't like this guy. But his comics, Double Impact, which was like the one breakout hit title, it reached Wizard magazine. His black and white TNA book hit the mainstream, was a part of the Bad Girl era. So it was like Double Impact, Witchblade, Lady Death, and Witchblade, and technically, the way how they sold Gen 13, with Fairchild, all a part of this like movement, post Image Comics. She being one of them as well. She and Lady Death and Witchblade all continue to this day. That's an important observation. And what begins here is like, we're trying. I mean, yeah, and a big shout out here, artwork by hot new artist Billy Padden. Billy Padden just slings it here, 1,000%. We also have inks by Rick Bryant. I will say this: I feel some of the desktop publishing side of this could be better. The lettering could be better. The captions could be better. The word balloons could be better. The inking definitely could be better. But Billy has such a interesting rawness. Like there's guys out there that when you see them draw, you know that they're seeing the forms, they're seeing the figures in their mind's eye to the point where like their discipline shifts. They have a mind hand connection that's maybe a little bit more refined. The muscle memories a little bit more refined, a little bit of a genetic freak happening there, but they also might have like a superior memory. And we see that in Billy's artwork where he can draw proportions, he can draw within the universe, meaning there's like a consistency to his proportions, but he's lacking like fundamentals, meaning, he needs to like draw more comics and look at more comics and understand that, we have a ceiling here and there's a horizontal line this way and there's windows, but there's a city maybe in the background. It gets confusing, but we see illustration though, right? Like we see motion, we see two separate characters. There's something we have to point out when it comes to the inking, and I'll show you guys real quick because we're lucky enough to have some penciled artwork in the back here. Bad chicks. See their eyes, especially with this girl here. See, some of their eyes have the reflection, and it looks right like you can almost like ink it yourself. Not a lot of decision making. I think a lot of people with penciling and with lead, like they don't know what to do with the eyes. And I think there's like a disconnect from time to time. And we see that here with the inking where the eyes and the pupils, they need more reflection. They need more work. So the eyes, a lot here. And look, we turn the page and the girls just clear the room of dudes. But see, like the eyes are just, we need help with the eyes. So we get this, business guy. He hired them. He owes them money. He's going to pay them money. He's got a new job for them. But he's like, hey, like bring me to my next meeting. Thanks for the work, girls. And the girls are like happy to get paid. So this is like a very like corrupt, like broken world. This kind of reads like it's like a Skinamax movie. But I like how much of a POS everyone is in this book. It just reminds me of, again, like the world of Toxic Avenger and RoboCop, where society has fallen. So, and our rich industrialist businessman with the limo again. Like we need a little help drawing that background. But they pull up to a stoplight, and you think it's a stoplight, but it's really the meeting. But, a bum here runs up and tries to clean the windows, and he just gets his head blown out. And the dude's, like, just dying, bleeding on the sidewalk again. Like, we need, like, a little, Billy here needs help with backgrounds. He really does. But, again, too, like, nicely drawn hand. The characters, again, like, we're tagging the characters in an interesting way with the sunglasses so we can follow everyone. But he's like, look, it's like, stay out here. I'm in a business meeting. Like, bring me up to me. So he goes up to the meeting while his bodyguard's outside. And it's like, the way how this flows out is like, you have a big company. I have a big security company. Let's do business. And the guy turns him down. And then, like, we get the threat of a shakedown because he's not using the business services, which are like the girls, which are the bad apples. And again, too, like even with the men, we see issues with inking the eyes. Like it's good here, but overall, we get these like giant black pupils. And if you're doing that in your illustration, your pupils, like you have to draw good eyes. But again, though, Billy here, like nice. Look at that hand. So I would say, this book probably would have benefited from gray tones, just helping Billy with some of the backgrounds, so just so the backgrounds aren't so wide open. So he sends the girls in because he got smited, and the girls just break through the door, and they're just like slaughtering everyone. And again, too, like nice poses, nice looking guns, nice action. Like he tries to bring things into like the viewer's perspective. Like we have another like hand here that's supposed to be like coming towards us. So some of that like doesn't quite hit. I think this kid would benefit, and at this time, he's a kid. He would benefit so much from color or gray tones. But it's chaos. and the guy's going to escape, which we get right here. This whole roof scene here just reminded me of like the Matrix. But again, like nice looking panels, nice looking hair, like nice motion. I mean, like again, like full, and we see it here with this pencil drawing, like full on penciling. Like look at the treads on the tire. Like great looking motorbike. Like the girls have weight. It looks like they're on it. Yeah, but and this is what I mean about he illustrates within the universe, meaning like the big head and the the oversized feet and the oversized hands, but it's consistent, and that's something you look for in illustrators. Yeah, and then the businessman's like, you're not getting paid, so he screws over the girls, knowing that the girls are like these deadly machines here, like unstoppable killers. I mean, I love this shot here where this girl just like clips him and he falls back. And then, yeah, he's like, you protect me because I just screwed up the situation. And next thing you know, the girls just like show up. Nice effect here. I like that effect. They show up. So it's like the third spread money shot here. And I think when it comes to this book, right, you got 1, 2, 3. This is what we're like paying for. This is kind of what Double Impact was known for. But I think what the audience wanted at the time, and you're as a publisher, you're always drawn towards the people that look like that they can draw quick and easy. And sometimes that makes you like shift the art direction of your publishing profile, because we see in like the rest of the artwork in this book, Ricky likes like realistically proportioned women. Like that's what he's putting out there. But yeah, so and then we wrap up the issue. Big mistake, because he's got his men ready for her, and the girls are literally sticking their guns out of a hole in the wall. And issue 2. So we do have an issue 2 of this. I am curious about issue 2. I don't know if I'm going to hunt it down, but I want to build more of and I feel this way with London Light Studios. I have to build more of a stack of comics for that company profile. Same I did with Double Impact. I only have like 1 or 2 other Double Impact comics floating around. So the other thing I wanted to touch on is like Ricky advertises. Like we have Poison Red, we have Nikki Blade #0. We have this like assassin book, which is, hold up here. Is that the center? He advertises like 3 other books. Look, Double Impact's China one shot. I mean, he's really good. Bad Apples here. Bad Chicks #2. I mean, he's really good with just advertising more books. Yeah, exclusive sneak peek. Double Impact's new Assassinette by Ricky Bad Boy Corello. Alexis, Killer for Hire. So, like, he's really good with pushing other books. He's got a full catalog, New Age Entertainment in the back, which is like a lot of TNA, those nudity cover. This is a publishing methodology, I'll say, for the comic book world that is always weird, always creepy to me. We saw it with London Light Studios. We see it with Veritalk. We even see it with some Image Comics with Rob Liefeld's, Glory, and then Benjamin leans in on this. This Avatar picked up huge on this when it comes into like the later 2000s. Selling the merchandise, convention appearances, pushing the company here. Bad Girls Authentic. This is not Joe Johnson. Who this is. Which I believe Jason Peterson. I'm getting a little bit of a brain fart, but I mean Ricky would even get like primetime like talent to do pinups and use his artwork, and he would break that up and use it everywhere. Uh, it's a nice double impact or high impact. I keep saying double impact. High impact is a nice case study when it comes to like what you do publishing wise when you have a pop and you do make a lot of money and you want to keep keep the good times rolling. I will say this though, you guys know we have to talk about the cover. So the cover here, like we have too much negative space, and what I would have done here is see the corner back box works. So like we give the corner box a buffer, but this area here, right here, and here, we need the Bad Apples logo to hit that area, or we would need like a level. I mean, this is where like the colorist comes in sometimes. He gives you like a blue background. You send like you line it up. You send it back. You tell the colorist, look, we have too much like dead space. Can you paint like a sunset here with some clouds to fill in this negative space and make it look like that the girls maybe like on the beach. These are the things publishers have to do. Too prevalent, even today, where they don't have a good enough eye for good design. They just don't. So with all that, I mean, but I think this is a halfway decent effort. I really do. And Ricky here, with Billy Padden here, got a nice young talent, suitable for this level of independent comic during this time.